When I was 11, I had a singular dream. I wanted to be a French girl. I saved every penny from every birthday and Hanukkah for the trip I would take to Paris when I turned 18. I lined the pages of my books and encyclopedias with the dollars and checks I had amassed. I never told my parents what I was saving the money for. It was my secret. I would often rush home after school to count my money. This ritual relaxed me. It was something to look forward to, since school often felt like a battlefield. Every day, kids would yell, "Go back to Russia, you commie!" At the time, I didn't understand what a commie was, or why I was called one. My family immigrated to Seattle when I was 5, and I only knew what Mama told me. "We run from communists so we can be free. Work hard, make good life for family in America." There were other things that made me an easy target for bullies. I was the fattest kid in class. Everyone wore Spree and Benetton. I wore no-name brands. And I had a totalitarian haircut that made me look like a boy. Papa said short hair was more practical. It would make my life easier. Life didn't feel easy. I didn't want to be Russian. I wanted to be French. My only escape was my dream, me in Paris. I would be Monique Dior, a beautiful French girl with long, lustrous hair. I imagined Monique eating a baguette. Monique wearing a beret. Monique falling in love and getting her first French kiss atop the Eiffel Tower. A few years later, I went as far as getting a fake ID with my new name. By 13, I had saved $2,300. Some of the money came from my bat mitzvah. My parents didn't have time to bother with Hebrew school, so I never had the religious service to mark my coming of age. But I got the after party and the cash. The rest came from a neighborhood business I started called Handy Helpers. I raked leaves, washed cars, and collected newspapers for recycling. A few months later, I came home from school to count my Paris money. I opened each book. I ripped out the pages. The money was gone. I searched the house, checked all the doors and windows. There was no sign of a forced entry. My room was a mess like it always was. I screamed to an empty house, "My money was stolen! My money was stolen!" That's when it hit me. The tears came down hard. The thieves were my parents. I confronted them when they came home from work that night. "Why did you take my money?" Mama said, "We not take, we borrow." Papa said, "We have surprise for you." The next day, we went on a field trip in my honor. We pulled up to a store in a strip mall. It sold jacuzzis. Mama beamed at the salesman. "We have such good daughter. She buys jacuzzi for family." Papa pulled out the envelope with my money and handed it to the salesman. The salesman said, "That's a lot of money for a young girl." On the ride home, I said, "Why didn't you ask me first?" Mama said, "I work hard. I make food. I clean. I buy you clothes. Do I make you ask? Do I say, this is mine and that is yours? Don't you want to contribute to family happiness?" Papa looked at me in the rearview mirror and winked. "Come on, don't cry. We'll pay you back, I promise." They never did. A year later, I paid them back. My parents took a trip. I was left alone. I threw a big party. The house reeked of vodka. There were cigarette butts all over the floor. The mirror in their bedroom was cracked, and someone broke the pump in the jacuzzi. But my adolescent attempt at getting even never really got me anywhere. For the next 20 years, I let the Paris dream die. What's the point of dreaming if a dream can be stolen? But 6 months ago, it dawned on me that I still wanted to be that French girl. In my dream, Monique Dior was 18, and I was about to turn 40. It was now or never. I reclaimed a part of me I thought I had lost, the part that makes her dreams come true. Last month, I packed my bags, and I went to Paris. I took along my beret, and the one person I knew would love it as much as I would. Me, Monique Dior. Thank you.